Sean McHugh, superintendent at the Country Club at Castle Pines in Colorado, talks about a fairway conversion to Seaside 2.
Our fairways used to be perennial ryegrass, and now we're in our 4th year of a fairway conversion to Seaside 2. Back in the year 2000 was kind of the first year we really started to consider going to a different grass type. At that time I went to my committees and said we need to look at another grass option for our fairways in order for us to come out of winter in much better shape than we have in the past. So 2001 was our first year of doing a fairway trial, if you will. We took the opportunity to go out to our 11th fairway, which is a 40,000 square foot fairway, and we broke it into 5 different test plots, and we went with 5 different types of bentgrass to evaluate how each of the varieties would perform underneath our environmental conditions here, with our water source, which is effluent, which is very high in sodium and chlorides, as well as our severe winters here. Well, Seaside 2 was the best performer of everything that we had tested. Obviously, with our high salts in our irrigation water, and our soils themselves are very high in sodium, the Seaside 2 outperformed everything else. It had much better texture, density. It was able to outcompete POA. It was actually significantly more drought tolerant than some of the other varieties.
For the Country Club at Castle Pines, McHugh feels that an aggressive interseeding program is preferable to a full renovation of the fairways.
With a sterilization or killing all the fairways, you basically take it out of play, and then they can't use the golf course for up to 2 months, depending on how you do it. So we have too much play here. It's a very active membership, and that just was not a possibility. So the next best thing for us to do was to enter into a aggressive overseeding program, and we can essentially get to the same point, but it will take us maybe 4 or 5 years to get to that point.
The interseeding process with Seaside 2 has been very successful.
Well, the results have been just fantastic. We are in our 4th year now, and our populations of bentgrass are anywhere 75, 85% on our fairways, and it varies a little bit fairway to fairway. We've got some smaller fairways here that receive a little extra cart traffic that some of our populations aren't as significant as in other areas. But overall, we've had tremendous success with the program, and the members are very thankful that we made that tough decision several years ago to make the switch. We have another year and a half to go, essentially, but I can see myself continuing to overseed in the future years, just to keep getting additional populations of bentgrass out there, and use that to help me compete against the Poania populations in our fairway, which are very small.
Seaside 2 bentgrass fairways has changed McHugh's management.
Fairway management has actually become easier. For me, since getting our larger populations of bentgrass in the fairways, we've reduced our water consumption by nearly 25% versus our rough consumption. So I've actually, several people have already called and asked, and I suggested that they do use Seaside 2, and it's done extremely well for us, and I would have to think that they're going to achieve similar results that we have here.
Would McHugh interseed again?
Absolutely, I would do it again. I obviously would make a few changes to how we did it on a couple fairways in particular. Some of our smaller fairways, looking back on, I think we could have been a little more aggressive with the overseeding. Some of those fairways probably could have gone for a 3rd overseeding in a calendar year versus just 2, just due to the traffic and inability of the bentgrass to get established under those types of conditions. So I think some of the smaller fairways we'd be a little more aggressive with, but overall everything else has just been phenomenal how the conversion has gone.